The discovery started with a routine signal. Deep space listening posts had caught a faint transmission, a pattern too deliberate to be natural. It wasn't just any alien beacon. It was an encrypted sequence broadcasting from within our own solar system. When the military dispatched the latest reconnaissance probe toward the source, no one expected it would lead to Earth's darkest secret. The probe never returned, but what it uncovered would shatter everything humanity thought it knew about its place in the universe. For decades, scientists and governments whisper about strange biological anomalies cropping up worldwide, ecosystems shifting overnight, unexplainable outbreaks of disease, spontaneous mutations in flora and fauna, chaos masked as nature's fury. But beneath these surface disturbances was something far more sinister. Buried deep beneath the ice of Antarctica, hidden within an ancient cavern system, lay at the heart of the truth, an alien bioincubator, a colossal machine of organic and synthetic parts humming with unseen energy, its tendrils entwined with Earth's very core. The first human teams sent to investigate didn't survive long. One by one, they vanished, leaving behind nothing but fragmented data and screams etched into their final transmissions. The military locked down all information, but leaks reached the public in whispers and rumors. That's when independent researchers, desperate and unafraid, launched their own expedition. They found the cavern, and inside they found a nightmare. The walls pulsed as if alive, slick with a thick, amber residue that seemed to breathe in rhythm with a hum. Strange pods hung like fruit from the ceilings, each containing half-formed creatures that writhed in agony. Some resembled distorted animals, others grotesque hybrids of known Earth species, their flesh stitched with glowing veins. The air was thick with spores that clogged lungs and twisted minds. But the most disturbing sight was the central core, a massive alien organ, throbbing with life and radiating a faint, sickly green light. This was no natural formation. It was a factory, an incubator, designed to mold and manipulate biology on a scale that made humanity look like mere test subjects. The purpose became horrifyingly clear. Earth itself was a petri dish, an experimental playground where alien scientists engineer horrors, shaping and twisting life to their will. The very species we called our own was the product of millennia of tampering. The team's discovery triggered a cascade of events that plunged the world into panic. Strange outbreaks escalated. Humans and animals began mutating in ways that defied genetics and sanity. Governments scrambled to contain the chaos, deploying military units to enforce quarantines. But the alien incubator wasn't just a machine. It was a living entity with a will of its own, defending its secret and adapting to threats. One soldier, Sergeant Harper, was among the first on the front lines during containment efforts. His unit was sent to the outskirts of a quarantined city, where reports of monstrous transformations were flooding in. What they encountered wasn't just infected civilians, but something far worse. Humans whose bodies had been reshaped into biomechanical weapons, their minds shattered but their aggression intact. Harper watched in horror as a once familiar face, a friend from his childhood, lunged at him with limbs fused into blades of bone and steel. The creature's eyes, still human in shape but glowing with an unnatural light, bore into him with recognition and a chilling absence of mercy. Harper's survival was a brutal, desperate fight against abominations born of Earth's corruption. But amid the carnage, Harper felt a fire ignite inside him, a raw, unyielding will to fight back against the alien puppeteers. He realized that the alien incubator hadn't anticipated humanity's resilience, our adaptability, or our refusal to surrender. Our evolution wasn't just biological, it was mental, emotional, a storm of defiance no machine could fully control. Harper's unit discovered a hidden access tunnel leading deep into the alien core. The closer they got, the stronger the resistance, waves of mutating creatures attacking with increasing ferocity. But Harper's team pressed on, driven by desperation, and a hope that somewhere inside this nightmare lay the key to ending it. At the core, they found an interface, an organic console covered in pulsating nerve-like filaments. Harper reached out and touched it. In that moment, a flood of images crashed through his mind. Star systems where other worlds have been experimented on and discarded, twisted abominations left to ravage planets, alien scientists observing from afar, treating living beings as mere data points. Earth was one experiment among many, but something was different here. Something the aliens hadn't counted on. Humanity, our relentless spirit, our creativity is born of chaos. Our unpredictable, savage drive to survive and conquer. The incubator's core was alive, but so was Harper's mind, and the connection sparked a revelation. The alien machine was vulnerable to the very will it sought to suppress. Harper acted. He focused every ounce of his mental strength, pushing back against the interface's control. The core shuddered and screamed in a language that was both sound and sensation. The cavern trembled, pods rupturing and spilling their monstrous contents as the incubator began to collapse in on itself. But the victory came at a cost. The core unleashed one final defense, a shockwave of bioelectric energy that knocked Harper unconscious. When he awoke, the cavern was silent, broken, and the alien incubator was no more. Outside, the world was changing, wild and unpredictable, but free. Harper's survival was a beacon. Humanity had stared into the abyss of cosmic horror and emerged, bloodied but unbowed. The incubator was gone, but the mutations remained, a permanent scar and a testament to our endurance. We were no longer just survivors. We were the inheritors of a brutal legacy, forged in terror but tempered by unbreakable resolve. And somewhere, deep in the void between stars, the alien scientists watched the data stream. They hadn't anticipated one thing, that humanity's greatest experiment would be themselves. Because the true horror wasn't what the aliens did to us. It was what we would become. The final message Harper recorded before disappearing into the mutated wasteland still echoes to the underground networks. They used Earth to break life, but they forgot one rule. You don't own the fire you light. We are the flames. And flames, once kindled, cannot be extinguished.